Southern Gospel Now, episode 121. It's your weekly update of what's going on in Southern Gospel. Southern Gospel Now is brought to you by SouthernGospelPrizes.com, where you can register to win tickets to the National Quartet Convention. Registration and details at SouthernGospelPrizes.com. We start our report with asking for prayers for Jeremy Peace. Many of you will remember Jeremy from his tenures with the Kingsmen, the Old Paths, and the Lefevre Quartet. Jeremy underwent brain surgery earlier this week. This is an update from his wife, Jennifer. Quote, "Please continue to pray for Jeremy. We are still facing complications after the brain surgery. His body is also attempting to pass a kidney stone on the right side. We are having complications with pain management and keeping his blood pressure from bottoming out. Our prayer and motto through all of this is that God didn't bring him this far just to drop him off here. We have been so blessed to know that so many people are praying for us right now during this time. Please continue to pray. Through all of this, may God receive the glory." End quote. Mark Trammell had a big anniversary last week. He reached 49 years in gospel music. He comments on the journey and this achievement.
There's no way to put 49 years in 30 seconds, but I'm going to give it a shot. I truly do not know why God placed the burden in my heart to tell people about him through this medium of gospel music, but I sure am glad he did. I've never had a day where I didn't want to go to work. And I was told a long time ago that if you enjoy what you do, it's really not work. But I will tell you that I have enjoyed the blessings of God and watching his faithfulness to not only me, but my family. And we are forever grateful. For the life of me, I don't understand why.
Scotty Inman is signed with Daywind Records to continue his solo career. Scotty says we can expect another solo project from him in 2024. He has moved up the timetable of departing Triumphant Quartet.
We put the end of the year as far as me staying to the end of the year, but they found their man a lot sooner than they expected, and which is a wonderful thing. Sean Barber from Indianapolis, Indiana will be taking my position or the new position with Triumphant. And, there's no reason to make him have to figure out where he's going to work in the meantime. So since I gave my notice, I'm moving away September the 1st. I'm already got some tour dates and already touring solo as it is, so I'll just step into that a little sooner.
We told you last week about Josh Feemster joining Gold City for lead vocals. Josh tells us that this is a childhood dream come true.
It's been such an amazing time watching how the Lord has worked this out for me to be able to join this historic gospel group. When Danny came into my office about 5 weeks ago and asked me to help them out for a little bit of time, it was just that, helping them out. Brandy and I had no intentions of me going back on the road in a professional level to sing again. But the Lord had a different plan, and I'm so very thankful. As a child and teenager, I dreamed of singing lead for Gold City. It's amazing to me how the Lord will still take those childhood dreams and make it possible if you just truly seek out his will.
The Guardians have seen many changes over the past year. Pat Barker discusses those and another coming to the group.
Well, you hear the phrase a new season a lot. And, of course, for the Guardians, it's been about a year of changes, moving to Daywind Records. Then, of course, Paul Lancaster coming on as the new tenor when Dean announced that he would no longer be traveling in a full-time position. He still comes out when he can, and, of course, still the owner and manager of the Guardians. And then, of course, now moving to the Harper Agency. And I have been so excited for us to make that announcement. To me, Ed Harper and all the Harper Agency, they are the bar that is set when it comes to promotion and booking. To be with them now in this new season of change, we're thrilled.
Greater Vision's current hit is Think About There. Chris Allman is featured on the song, and this came as a surprise to him.
We came to this song, and Rodney said, hey, we're doing Think About There next. And I was like, okay. And he said, well, you're featured on this. And I didn't realize that. So very quickly, I had to get the demo and go do a quick study, kind of go through it. So what you're hearing on there is really me, literally, as I record it, singing this thing for the first time.
The Mylan Hayes family was recently out on an extended tour, which led Wendy and Kennedy Hayes to make a late-night trip to Walmart.
Hey, everybody. We've reached a new low. Yeah, we have no makeup on. It's almost midnight. We're shopping. day 21 on the road, so I think we have an excuse to look like this. Tell them what we have already, the necessities.
Well, we have a noisy Bucky. I can never seem to get one that rolls well. So we have toilet paper.
Toilet paper. We have tire shine.
That's for the boys.
We got instructed by the guys. Very specific instructions. We have trash bags.
We have pens and highlighters.
And that's it.
40 Days and 40 Nights of Gospel Music continues through September 9th at the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum. True Song is the resident group for the venues. Michael Howard talks about the group's schedule during this special event.
So our typical schedule during most of the year is that we sing 8 times in a week. We do 3 sets at the Creation Museum in the morning, and then we do 5 a week at the Ark Encounter in the afternoon. And then for the 40 Days and Nights gospel music event in August and September, we sing once a day, but it's 6 days a week for that event. It's a lot of singing, a lot of music, but the unique and rare opportunity that we have is that we get to be home just about every night unless we're traveling for, a rare occasion or something.
The Sound was in Tulsa, Oklahoma for 2 Gaither homecoming events. They got in some TV time on KOTV News on 6. We learned something interesting about Jacob and Levi's sister.
You've been together and you've got a sister. Does she sing with you too?
So, no, she does not. She's never been actually very musically inclined. She's going to school up in Michigan, and she was going to school for American Sign Language. So, we have a lot to do with music, and we're called The Sound. And she's involved in sign language, which is the complete opposite, which is kind of cool.
It's not every day that music artists have a mural of themselves created, but it happened recently for Darren and Brooke Aldrich.
We are so honored that our hometown of Cherryville, North Carolina wanted to honor and gift us with such a beautiful mural there in the middle of our hometown.
It was done by our friend Scott Nurkin, and he has done so many throughout the state of North Carolina, and it's part of the North Carolina Music Trails, which we're honored to be a part of, ain't we, Brooke?
Absolutely. If you happen to get to Cherryville, North Carolina, we hope you'll take your picture with it, look our music up, and continue following us on our musical journey.
Taking a look at the Power 50 weekly chart, Greater Vision makes it 4 weeks in a row at number 1 with Think About There. That's our report for this week. If you missed any of the other 120 episodes, they're available wherever you find podcasts, or you can listen at southerngospelnow.com. Southern Gospel Now is brought to you by southerngospelprizes.com. I'm Greg Goodman, reminding you to love your neighbor. I'll see you next week for another edition of Southern Gospel Now.